Nas, what's up, buddy? All right, man. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, tags and everything are all set. We are good to go. Good to be back on. Hope you have yourself a great day, buddy. I'm sure I'll catch you later on today. Mind those thumbs. If it gets hot, have yourself a nice, cool, refreshing glass of lemonade. This message is brought to you by Flemonade. Flemonade! Good down your throat and out your nose. Just got the weirdest message. Written to me in Persian. Really, really weird. Written in Persian, saying that they have whatever PlayStation. Oh yeah, it's fake account. Let's block this real quick and get it out. Block. Good stuff. Leave the group. Peace out, Cub Scout. All right, let's get everything in order. Let's get our bearings back.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
cut down the...
and make the Lotus proud.
Survival against the infested on Eris. Sortie.
I can tell you understand
Oh.
what an honor this will be to have your tiny neck snapped by the Kayla the Thame. That's why you're...
Interesting. Alright. We are going to do that. Arbitration. So right now I'm trying to see, did... Oh, for as fast as Nas jumped in, I can only imagine that Discord did announce. Yep, alright. So we are good to go. Oh, which build of the Grim am I using? Better be 1. That's why we check. Code name What's up, man? Oh, Aura, what's up? Alright. This is the only place I didn't run to. Oh, come on. Looking for a very specific room so I can really grind this survival out. If I find this room, I'll be able to stay in here for a couple hours. And this tile just does not have it. How you doing today, man? Welcome to the stream. Come on. There we go, Inaros. That's one thing I hate about this room. The weird angle gets you caught on a lot of things. Can't play Warframe until summer vacation. Is it because of finals, or why the long wait? Alright, I'm gonna have to hold down this room here. Best room that I've seen so far. Have to wait for spawn rate to catch up. Might as well hit this now, get everything moving. Well, let me ask you this. Are your grades good already? If your grades are already good, then you would have to overnight just become dumb for this late in the year for your grades to drop. If you're kind of like in the B grade category, I can kind of understand it. I mean, I would say this. School's important because the better you do in school, the better of a job you can get. The better of a job you can get, the more video games you can play like I do. This spawn rate is definitely off. I need to balance out fast, otherwise this survival is gonna suck. Wouldn't hurt having another person in here running Necros. Then yeah, I mean, if your grades are already good, I mean, if you're an A student, there's no way your grades could drop. You would need to, like, you would kind of need to do bad on purpose. I pick on my nephew, the older of my nephews, all the time because his mom's a teacher. Now, both my nephews are really smart. The older of the two is exceptionally smart. So he gets, like, I think the lowest grade he's ever had was a 96, maybe a 97, something like that. But his overall average is always 99, 98. I always joke around with him. I'm like, dude, it's not 100? You're an idiot. Like, come on. 97? Really? You're failing. Like, you better learn how to say, do you want fries with that? But it's very easy this day and age, though, to easily get into a bad group, I get. I mean, to me, that's just your mom being overprotective. I wouldn't sweat it. But the fact that she won't let you play at all, like, not even the weekends. Let me ask you this. How long is that for? When do classes end for you? Like, when's school out? And I would imagine... Codename, let me ask you this, buddy. What grade are you in, first of all? Two months. I was really trying to get Rhino, and I start up at like 2 in the morning. Oh, okay, so that makes more sense. You were up way late on a school night, like past your bedtime. All right, I can kind of understand it. Your mom being a little over the top, I guess. She's afraid that if a game can keep your attention that late, what's to stop it from fully enveloping your attention? So it's kind of understandable that she would be bothered by that, but a whole month? 2 months, dude. What codename? What grade are you in, buddy? Nah, the spawn rate's killing me. Ah, crap. Hate when that happens. Eat up my vitality a little bit. You have grades from where you're from. It goes inference 1 and 2, then standards 1 through 5. Secondary school. Alright, you sound like you're in the UK or Australia. You're in college right now. Alright, so I'm a little confused. If you're in college, how does your mother have the ability to deny you to do what you want to do? Now, this might be a cultural difference. Of just the fact that she's able to do so. I mean, I'm old school myself. I was born and raised in Sicily, very old-fashioned traditional family, where it was, you know, if you're going to live under my house, it's my rules, and that accounted for a lot of things, even against modern-day standards. Oh, prep for college. Oh, okay. Never mind, never mind. I just realized that college was the end of your one statement. I thought that was you answering what class you were currently in. Oh, I love seeing hits over 100,000. Alright, I need those enemies to start following me in. And now I'm at the point where I need to crucially focus on the one room. Good. Spawn rates kicked back off over here. Well, Nightbot, it's good to see that you're working. Damn. Hit that too early. Hope everyone's having an awesome Monday so far. It is a gorgeous day here in the Snake Pit. New melee weapon for Mastery Rank 5. Skana's not horrible. I would try and get your hands on the Lecta, just because of its range. Aside from that, it has electric on it, so you can easily get corrosive or gas going. It's a whip-based weapon as well, so it's gonna have good range on it, which is huge. I really need this spawn rate to pick up. It's like clockwork, man. You get a nice boiler pocket. They purposely send one of those arbitration drones. It stops all that life support. But life support has almost balanced out completely. And I can keep hacking and dashing my way through these enemies. We are still early into this arbitration survival. Enemies are, they're at 89. It'll still be some time until I find an enemy that gives me a little bit of trouble. The way this is all builds up, you're seeing nothing but red crits. You're seeing, depending on where it's hitting on them, anywhere from 28,000 to a little north of 100,000. That was 165 that just popped up. And crit damage. There's 75 for you. Alright. Life support has almost balanced out. Spawn rate's good. Now we just gotta maintain. Terminator, what's up, buddy? Terminator, I'm not sure if you saw in my Discord or not. Early last week, I had a pipe burst in my house. So, I've been doing the repairs for that. Myself, my father, my uncle, 2 of my cousins. So, I unfortunately had to take the week off from streaming just to make sure I could get that all done in a little under a week. Had to change out the piping in the entire house. Super long story, but hey man, back at it. It wasn't the best 6 a.m. I've ever had. Oh, okay. I had to put my scarab armor back on. I really hate holding down this area. Wish I had my normal room. But Terminator, man, how you been, buddy? Alright, spawn rate's dipping. You guys need to rush in here. 2 boilers. Where is that stupid arbitration drone? That was 106,000. $80,000. Arbitration drone again. 169,000. Let's keep those numbers going. Oh yeah, I saw the Oracle mission. I already played through it and beat it. It's got a nice story to it, but in my opinion, it was really quick. Really quick. Didn't get anything special for it or anything. You know, if we had gotten a new weapon, new drone, or something like that, some kind of new perk, that would have been awesome, but almost feel like they're biding time until PS5, because now it's carryover time. But hang on, you said something about a new DLC altogether. That I don't remember reading about. I have the other two DLCs. When I got Wildlands when it first came out, I got the Gold Edition or Deluxe Edition, so it had all the DLCs with it, which were actually pretty cool. And also had a lifetime pass, so I don't have to keep buying season passes. I have like an infinite pass, and that was only for a limited time. So I'm definitely glad I jumped on that, but Terminator, I don't expect a lot. I keep expectations low so that when stuff comes out, I can be like, ah, it ain't that bad. But I mean, they could have easily added so much more to that mission. Like, I don't know if you played it or not. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't. I just would have liked it to be way more complex. I mean, when we had Sam Mitchell stop in, like, that was a nice mission setup. You know, it had, 4 or 5 parts to it. They were somewhat complicated. But Oracle was, when you expect little, like, you're just not surprised that you get it. Really? Almost one-shotted you. Oh, life support's dipped. Got so tied up in talking about the game. Dude, the best one that they had so far, and for anyone that's played the game long enough, you should hopefully know about it. Dude, when they had everything set up with the Predator, dude, that was the coolest mission. Cool mission, you got some decent gear out of it, you got the Predator mask and whatnot. I mean, you even got, like, the Predator's, like, thermal vision, which was awesome. Like, it was, the sound effects, I mean, like, it was a really good mission. And on top of that, dude, killing the Predator was, a fun little challenge. Like, you needed a team. That was probably their best mission release. Yeah, the whole lead up. How creepy everything was and whatnot, like, everything for the Predator was amazing. And that's the thing, it's like, It's like they set the bar, like, so high, they're like, oh, now what? You guys have any ideas? I got no ideas. Hey, what if we send them to a military camp and they kill some people? That's a mission, right? Like, like the Division 2, that required, like, some real thinking and a little detective work and whatnot, at least. But, oh man. Patel, what's up, buddy? Did you figure out a color scheme for Loki? Taking a break from studying? Nice, dude. Patel, what do you go to school for, by the way? Always been curious to ask, and I always forget. What do you go to school for? Like, what are your studies in? I've always wanted to ask, and I always forget to. And that's, I mean, like, obviously that would be if you're at a collegiate level. Otherwise, if you're in high school, then I can only assume it's, the general basis of studies for most educational facilities at that level. Oh, you guys built up down here. Oh, come on, let's go. We gotta keep the DPS going, game. Keep that spawn rate moving. Kill that drone. Alright, come on. Everybody build up back in this room, please. Accounting, biology, physics, information technology, math, foreign. High school, gotcha. Since you're already taking accounting and physics, math, dude, I'll tell you this right now, man. Focus on accounting, because I double majored in college in physical therapy, which I then changed to massage therapy, and accounting. And this is what you need to remember. Accounting. Money, taxes, and greed are never going anywhere. And accounting can open so many doors for you as far as future job endeavors. Every business, every place needs an accountant, needs a numbers guy. If not a whole team of them. Solid work in that field, man. All you have to do is add. Yeah, sure, there's a little subtraction and division, some percentages that you have to deal with every now and then. But everything that you're going to learn and need to do for your accounting degree, 70% of it you are not even going to need for most accounting jobs. I'll tell you that right now, dude. Unless you are a financial advisor or loan officer like myself, it's the only time that that is really gonna be overly important. Tax practitioners choose accounting. Yeah, man. See, man. I don't even have to tell you anymore. I'm sure your father tells you all the time. You're gonna do the family business. Plain and simple. Do it or die. I'm glad my father wasn't like that. Although my dad did have a pretty cool job. Yeah, see that? Man, they changed solo DPS in the games, man. Especially with these arbitrations. Those drones are a nuisance. Trying to be a cop? Dude, you gotta keep that name Terminator. I hope you're twice the size of me. Imagine if you became lieutenant or sergeant. And they're introducing the rookies to you. Yep, here's Lieutenant Terminator. Why do you guys call him that? Wait till you see the size of this guy. Because here's the thing, my nickname with my friends when I was fighting professionally for a living, it's always been Viper. It's been my nickname since I was, 16. I'm 36 now, so I've had that name for 20 years. And every time someone goes, oh yeah, my buddy Viper, they're like, Viper? They're like, yeah, trust me, he's a Viper. Quick, I'm deadly, and I have no feelings. I'm very cold about things. Alright, Patel. I'm sure I'll catch you soon, buddy. %54%. Come on. Four times multiplier. Alright, the enemies are strong enough that when I kill that drone, it's not killing them for the most part at least. Terminator, man, how good is your Arnold Schwarzenegger impression? If it's not good, you should work on it. Yeah, what are you doing? Do you know I pulled you over? Give me your license and registration. Do it now! Anthem? Hey, man, Anthem's still a solid game. Just like Warframe, Anthem is gonna need time to really gain its traction and really get its footing down, but the game has so much promise and potential. I mean, even now, like I was playing it the other day, just to kill a little bit of time and see the changes they've made, man. It looks and feels really good now.
Let's go on the offensive.
But similar to Warframe, it's a matter of getting the reward pool right. Now, drop rates and chances for some games, look, I understand you want to make some things hard to get and you want it to be earned, but there needs to be a more realistic algorithm to get that accomplished. Alright, let me pop that in. Ah, dude, man, you gotta give Anthem a solid go, man. Alright, we're gonna let that happen because I need to hit this life support. Hang on, Terminator. What was your name before? You said kept it as Angel. You're not Angel Morales, are you? I have not checked it out, no. Dude, Terminator, man, like, you gotta understand, there's somebody else that comes in whose name is Terminator. Then you said you're trying to be a cop, and I'm like, trying to be a cop? I can't keep track of everybody's names and whatnot, dude. Angel, man, you change your names. You gotta be like, yo, what's up, man? It's Angel, by the way. That being said, yeah, man, you're the name change for PlayStation. I haven't looked into it. I knew you can only change it once, and then someone told me you actually have to pay to change it past that. I didn't realize it might have just been a time-sensitive thing. Ah, dude, it's all good. But that explains why you're talking about Wildlands, because the other Terminator, I didn't think he played it. And this mission's just not dropping life support. I don't even get the notification from the guy saying that he's dropping more. Now, Angel, when you say you wanted to be a cop, or trying to be a cop, are you talking about military police then, or civilian law enforcement? And like clockwork, they send that drone. To everyone that stopped by and is watching, hello and welcome. Beautiful Monday here in the Snake Pit. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up and show a little bit of love. If you're new to the stream, hello and welcome. Subscribe and ring that bell. You can catch me every Monday through Friday, 12:30 Eastern Time. That's New York time until 5 p.m. Second half of the stream is from 7 to at least midnight. Not sure what I'm going to do for the second half of the stream yet today. That's up for debate. I got you, buddy. Alright, come on. Some more Eximus and then we can back out of this. Oh, I love seeing 200% damage. Curious. Yeah, it still does a good amount of damage. The kill enemies while gliding, huh? Oh, that's right, all the new weekly stuff came out. Yeah, the chains, see what that is? Alright, there's my Eximus kills.
There just is no holding you all back.
Catherine! What's up, Gatina? You know it. The Viper has slithered back into streaming. Hello, YouTube. You know it. Pineapple for all the bitches out there. Spawn rate is kerfluffled. Alright, need to start making my way for extraction. We'll back out at 50. Yeah, sharpshooter. No, Catherine caught on to that faster than I did. 4,000 endo, the same thing as a sortie. That's awesome. I also just scrolled up and saw his name. Oh, Catherine cheated. Alright, while I'm by my navigation, let's see what fun things we have for Nightwave. Some more wolf cred. Oh, 2 packs of wolf cred.
Don't stop believing, dreamers.
Aim gliding. Assassination missions. Not gonna do that one. Sabotage. 1 sortie. I'm not gonna worry about profit taker. Completed defense mission. Reaching at least 40. Need to have a friend, so I'll try and get old Fleming on in here. Alright, aim gliding is going to be real easy.
Lovelies.
Alright, first things first. Stripping you down to the melee, because, well, that's how we like you. Catherine, how's your day going? How's your weekend? Forma done. Catalyst done. Yeah. Well, ciphers I'm good on. I'm not going to make any more of those. Energy pads, we'll keep those in rotation. Alright, so I gotta kill 20 people while aim gliding, so, yeah. That's gonna be a breeze. We'll do it here. I'll get my, my credit for doing that. I'll get a relic out of it. Play God of War all weekend. Nice. I think I saw that, but you were playing a different God of War. Where's my... Oh, there we go. You're not different, but I think you were playing God of War 3?
You are not alone. This tower is full of life forms, all corrupted by the neural sentry. Clean them out.
That took care of that. Yep. Just had a double check. Came all the way back here for one enemy. Four? I could have sworn it said you were playing God of War 3. I might have just misread it. Ah, the wolf. crap. I wish I had my Zaw. This is not the right weapon loadout for him. Alright. That's where you play Division 2? Gotcha. Alright, so Wolf's down. Got another piece of the sludge, which we're gonna need. Hello and welcome to everyone that is watching. Happy to have you here.
Another successful
What turned into what was supposed to be a very quick and fast mission just to burn through, grab a relic, and also yeah, I never rolled at the right time. And to complete one of the Nightwave challenges turned into, hey, why not the wolf coming by? But you did get the sludge motor. Always good to see. And as always, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit me up with that thumbs up and show a little bit of love. If you're new to the stream, subscribe, ring that bell. I'm streaming Monday through Friday, 12:30 Eastern until 5 p.m. and then from 7 p.m. to at least midnight. Alright, let us get the Zinni Star off of Ember. I gotta remember I still have 50% off coupon to use. It's good for another 5 hours. So I have 5 hours to figure out if I want to spend it and what it's worth spending on. I feel like there's like a hair or something tickling the outside of my nose. Like an eyelash fell on it. Duke, you're doing alright. Alright, let's see here.
Now you might be wondering if I'm holding back on y'all.
Assassination.
Dream.
Sabotage. Let's see. I just have to complete the sabotage. I don't even have to do anything special about it.
It's time for Nora.
Sometimes life is whack. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Ayatan treasure hunt. That's right. Gotta do that. I will definitely get that out of the way as well. That should be interesting. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Let's burn through this swordy toady. Agility. All right, Angel. Have a good one, buddy. We'll catch you again soon. Everybody show that man a little bit of love on his way out. Stealth drift? Stealth drift. It's so easy to fly through this without getting caught. Zeke, what's up, buddy? X-Blades, what's up, buddy? Guys caught me in the middle of doing the sortie for today. First part's an exterminate. I want to say this is rifles only. Oh, I have a lot of enemies still to kill, and I'm already at extraction. Oh yeah. Come on, pour some guys on me. That sounded bad.
You have broken their ranks on the run. Another successful mission.
That takes
Find
care of that.
extraction.
Zeke X-Blades, how you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream. Zeke, your name looks familiar. Z-Blades, yours looks relatively new. But welcome. Hope you guys enjoy your stay here at the Snake Pit. Kick back, relax, get yourself comfortable. Catherine's going to be walking around with appetizers in a little bit. Mozzarella sticks. Buffalo wings. Double stuffed baked potatoes. Catherine, I feel like one of these times I'm going to make you facepalm so hard you're going to knock yourself out. Now, I don't know why I don't keep this as a standard build, but yeah. You know, we'll keep the Pox on because it's going to be against Corpus. Or against the Grenier.
I can tell you understand what an honor this will be
To have your tinies and snacked by D. Kayla Defane. Bring it on, bitch. Michael, what's up, buddy? How you been?
Keep the enemy busy while Lieutenant Operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm.
Nope. Don't want that just yet. And you're making no sound, but you're still giving me energy, so it's all good in the hood. I'm 22, Zeke. Not that mastery rank really makes a difference. Plenty of people speed rush themselves through mastery ranks.
Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support. First life support capsule has arrived. Activate it when the supply is low.
We'll give the enemies a second. Make a little bit of noise. Get our spawn rate going.
Life support on the way.
Oh, look at them trying to hold back.
Another life support capsule is available.
You just downloaded the game, so you have the questions. What questions you looking for?
Transference still holding.
How long will it take?
Capsule.
I have about 1,800 hours invested in this game over the course of 3 years with some breaks in between. If you put solid time into this game, and I mean really commit to the grind, about 2 months.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
These guys are holding back. Why?
Seconds. Life support has been replenished. That should keep you going for a while. Support incoming.
Like, I really want a nice, comfortable spot. Close to 19? Nice.
Support activated.
How long you been playing the game? All these Eximus enemies?
Additional life support has arrived. Prepare for life support.
Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. You gotta get that comfortable spot. You guys are gonna have to give me just a few minutes.
Additional support has arrived. You are running out of time.
so this one disappeared. Alright, Catherine. We'll catch you in a bit. Enjoy work. $365. Yeah, you got a ways to go. But I mean, that's the thing. So many people can speed rank themselves. Shit. Got so caught up in the conversation. I failed. Wasn't paying attention. I was paying so much attention to the chat, trying to get everybody's comments in. That's my own doing, my own fault. But while I'm here, let me truly catch up. Might take you a while to get things you have. No, close to 19, 365, or 356. Yeah, man, I mean, to be Master Rank 19 and have that much time, to me, that's just you focus on a lot of, just getting the weapons, ranking them up, moving on, taking the test, ranking the weapons, moving on, getting the Warframes, ranking them up, taking the test, moving on. I suggest trying to do what I've done, where it's get yourself to a certain point, then stop, and then focus on the builds of the frame and the weapons. Do I continue going with... Yep, you know what? Volband's going back in for a little revenge.
Understand what an honor this will be to have your
See, that's the thing, Zeke. There's no Riven worth that mount. You gotta remember, it's an open market. I wouldn't pay anywhere near 1,000 platinum for any Riven, anything in the game. Nowhere near it.
Keep the enemy busy while fellow Tenno operative raids.
Now you say you have god builds. Explain to me what a god build is in this game.
The Grineer deteriorate over time.
If you and I were to go to Mott right now, could you hang with me for 8 hours? If I got my buddies with us, would you be able to synergize and stick with 8 hours? Have you done endurance runs that long? You mean endgame? Well, I kind of figured that's what you meant. But have you gone into endgame? You'll have to forgive my skepticism. I have a lot of people that come in saying that they have god builds and immortal builds, and they're able to do stuff well deep into endgame territory, and then I take them with me and they're struggling after an hour.
They have just shut
Again,
down all systems.
mastery rank doesn't mean anything in this game. All that means is
Life support
you
capsules
got
arrive.
weapons and warframes, you leveled them up, and you took a test. That has nothing to do with your comprehension and understanding of the game. Like, the fact that you're still focused on mastery rank, like, to me is somewhat of an interesting point.
Let's go on the offensive.
Come on, guys. Am I at it? Nice.
Life support incoming. Another life support
You're more into the
capsule is
trading
arriving.
aspect. You sound like my brother. He's heavily into trading.
Life support on the way.
What? What's going on with the game?
I've delivered another
That was weird.
capsule. You are running out of time.
Yep. That's twice. So they killed the, What's up, Kunai? How you doing, buddy? So they changed the spawn rate. Spawn rate's not regenerating like it used to, so I gotta use a whole different method. Screw this. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun, use someone that I can maintain and keep up with the chat, but forget it. We're just gonna go old school asshole. Kunai, how you been, buddy?
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the...
make the Lotus proud.
Tenno, you really want this? Fine.
That's awesome, buddy. Have you gotten your results back yet, or you literally just finished and you have to wait for them? No, I just realized my headset's still plugged. Let's unplug it real quick. I've been good. Didn't stream last week due to having to do some home repairs. But
Your job is to
other than
destroy
that, man, doing pretty good.
Tenno operative raids the ship for much needed supplies. Make your presence known.
Just finished them last week. Gotcha.
They have just shut down systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way. The first life support capsule has arrived. Activate it when your supply is low.
where's that opening? Oh, that's right. That's the other side that has that space.
Support incoming.
Come on.
Another life support capsule is now available.
I'm a heavy supporter of the Ignis Wraith. Its overall versatility is second to none. Come on through, everybody.
Ready for a capsule.
Ho! Oh, that's what. I didn't deal with you fast enough. Oh, and that's why. Hello, Mr. Knox.
Additional life support has arrived.
Who is one-tapping me? Oh, I gotta remember, everybody's an Eximus. Alright, let's do this real quick. I'm still looking down, reading shit.
Life support on the way. I've delivered another life support capsule. Tenno, prepare for life support.
Do. Come on, recharge your life a little faster. This Magus Nourish is taking a hot second. 775.
That should keep you going for a while.
There we go. Vitality recharge.
Additional life support has arrived.
Nope, not extraction yet. Enemy spawn rate has died down. An Arctic Eximus Nox.
You are running out of time. Life support on the way. Life support active.
Freaking Nox is out the wazoo. I need you to recharge again. Fleming, what's up, buddy?
Life support has been replenished. Another life support capsule is now available.
Got a bombard that snuck up behind me. Can't recharge that vitality for nothing.
Seconds left. Prepare for life support.
Fleming, how you doing today, man? Going through this son of a bitch of a sortie today. And I hear a manic,
Delivered another life support capsule.
or a maniac, or mania.
That should keep you going for a while. Extraction is available if you need it. Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause.
Cooey, what's up, buddy? Hey Fleming, did you know that if you use Volban on a sortie survival with Eximus that they avoid the vortex? regardless of range. I'm doing good, man. No, I need to make sure I got the right build on her. I'm pretty sure I changed it because of Corpus. Fleming and I did something the other day. Want to say you're on gas? Yep. Corrosive, are you on the rage build? Alright, let's go kill Kayla real quick.
Tenno, you really want this? Fine, let's do this!
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Shit, I didn't pay attention to see if she had the Ignis on or not. She does. Good. Alright. For the time being, we are just going to toss on Shatter Shield.
Tenno, you really want this? Fine, let's do this! Wake up, you gutsacks! The Tenno cheaters have decided to disrespect the rules of Rathum and come after me directly. Should I show them what we do to cheaters?
Gotta try what? Vauban?
I can tell you understand what an honor this will be to have your tiny neck snapped by the Kayla the Thame. That's why you're so eager. I can appreciate that, and so does my audience.
Alright, just gonna get my energy up. I'll hit that real quick.
Come now, Tenno can't hit harder than that. Come now, Tenno can't hit harder than that. I'll be back right after these missiles. Let's pick up where we left off. No, you will not.
Now, you know me, Fleming. I'm down for running it with you, buddy.
Where do you think you are, you dojo? This is Rathum. I'm losing my patience, Tenno.
That's that, people. Alright, I was gonna say, this has to be the way.
Defeating Kella in front of her audience will show all Grenier. But there is another way.
Target down. Assassination contract.
Ayatan Anasa sculpture.
Words coming in of so many of you being your best selves. Nora is just beside herself with admiration.
She's beside herself. Oh, 1 second, everybody.
Ordis is angry. I may require maintenance after all.
Alright, everybody, sorry about that. When Mama Dukes calls, you pick up the phone. Alright, so we got our sculpture just finished off the sortie. No big surprise, Mesa ripped right through that assassination. Now I need to do 2 more assassinations just for my Nightwave standing. So I tell you what, let's not waste time. I'll break out Loki Prime. And you know what, just because there seems to always be one lying around. Got our viral build on the Rubico. Because 9 times out of 10 there is a forward assassination just waiting for you. And there it is. Just need to do this twice and quick. Hopefully before time runs out, because this thing is running low. Hope everyone's having a awesome Monday morning. Don't be shy, people. Talk to me. Say hello. Let me know what's going on. How's your journey through Warframe going? Or other games that you might be playing.
The assassination target is nearby. Seek and destroy.
Disgusting monstrosities. I think they absorb their victims.
This place is crawling with infested. Unfortunately, something far more ominous awaits. Make your way deeper into the base. Elude its bone-chilling shrieks if you wish to survive.
Was worried because I had to toss on invisibility, he was going to get that yell off that just does damage no matter where you are in the board. And Loki's getting caught up on some textures on this map.
Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Yeehaw!
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
One more assassination and we're good.
Operator, messages have arrived in your inbox.
Yep, marked for death by the stalker. Blah, blah, blah. Let's do that one more time. Hello and welcome to all our new viewers. Glad to have you in here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you enjoy what you see. If you're new to the stream, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. You can catch me Monday through Friday, 12:30 Eastern Time until 5 p.m. That is New York time. Second half of the stream is from 7 to at least midnight.
What a mess. Let's clean it up.
Oh, Loki, you're too fast sometimes.
Unfortunately, something far more ominous awaits. Make your way deeper into the base.
Meep, meep.
Listen for its screams. This will mean you are getting close. Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is a handful. They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Control, what's up, man?
Comfy
Target
dreamers.
down.
One
Assassination.
of
What
our
don't you get,
say
buddy?
They are the equal of our foe, and baby, they are acting like it.
Whatever you don't get, I will do my best to explain. Minute 18, that's not bad for an assassination, everybody. I want to say that's probably one of my faster times. But I want to say minute 10 is probably the fastest. I lucked out and got small tiles.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the...
make the Lotus proud.
Alright, let's see. Oh, let's get the weekly treasure hunt out of the way. I will use Titania for it, just because, depending on the map, having her being able to fly is just so much easier. A quick explanation on the game. Alright, so Warframes are basically what you're seeing right here. They are mechanical biosuits that you're wearing. Each one has its own set of abilities. The character that I'm using is called Ember Prime, so as the name would imply, she does basically all her attacks are fire. This person over here, whoever they are, they're actually using a character called Volt, who is basically an electrical type. And the premise behind this is that basically you're something that is called a Tenno, and you are awakened after a long slumber, quote unquote, with the solar system basically going into chaos. A few enemy factions, their generals or their leaders, have started taking over planets here and there, and basically you're awakened to help deal with it. Now, like I said, each Warframe has its own properties, and you know what? I tell you what, let me jump into my arsenal real quick. Every Warframe, like I said, has its own abilities. So if I hit R2 for Ember and look at her abilities, you can see that her first ability is Fireball, Accelerant, which basically douses everyone in like napalm or gasoline, if you would, which increases all fire damage to them. Fire Blast, which basically you slam the ground, you make a big ring of fire, and a big shockwave of fire goes out. And then World on Fire, where you're basically superheating all the air around you, causing eruptions to happen, and everyone that comes near you is ignited into fire. All Warframes have a passive ability. I regenerate 10 energy a second and have increased ability strength of 35% when I'm on fire. But you can also individually mod your Warframe. You can collect these mods almost like trading cards in the game, and you can increase their power. You can give them a certain directions you want to go, build it around a certain ability. For my character, it's built around her fourth ability, using a very special augment mod for her, which means any enemies that are hit by my fourth ability, the World on Fire, will be knocked down. 100% chance of it. And you can have different loadouts. Now I stick with that main loadout because it's always served me well, and she's more of a crowd control type of person. So you can, increase how long certain abilities last, how much energy they cost by bumping up your efficiency, balancing out range and strength for her. You can increase speed, you can increase your energy pool, you can put an aura mod on, which helps out the entire team that you might work with. Aside from that, there are 3 categories of weapons. You have your primary, your secondary, and your melee. And there's a wide variety of them. There are beam weapons, like this shoots out basically a bolt of lightning that you can individually mod itself and have that lightning do different types of damage. You have an energy shotgun, a standard rifle, a rifle that shoots crossbow bolts, there's shotguns, there's bows, there's energy bows, there's a rifle that shoots ninja stars. There's such a multitude of weapons that you can build. You just get the blueprint, you get the resources you need, which takes us a little bit of grinding. It's not too bad. And then you can build the weapon in your ship in almost like a Tony Stark and Jarvis type of relationship. The computer in the ship will talk to you. You tell it what to build, and it'll build it for you with whatever amount of time it'll take. Same thing goes with secondary weapons. A majority of them are pistols, whether they are automatic, semi-automatic. You know, you have your crossbows. You have kunai that you can throw, or specialty throwables like the pox, which cause a large amount of toxic damage. You know, handheld shotguns, energy weapons. You know, this is a specialty where you have basically a primary weapon that's been doubled and you can use as a secondary, and then you have your melee weapons. The melee weapon that I use now is actually a custom one that you can make in the game. You can name it yourself. And then there's a multitude of others. Like I have a scythe, you can have a bow, tongfa, sword and shield. You can have like a fencing sword, dual daggers, a giant war hammer, long swords, throwable glaive, like if anyone that ever watched Xena the Warrior Princess back in the day. And then, you know, there's, you know, whip weapons. There's so many different weapons in the game. But basically, it's you against these factions, and there are specialty missions that are given to you, whether you have to eliminate all the enemies, guard certain points, survive in a endurance match called the Survival. There are assassination missions. There's such a multitude of things in this game. There really is no downtime in this game. If you commit yourself to it, there is quite a bit to do. So to sum it all up, if you like a third-person shooter that gives you an endless amount of enemies to kill, that will scale up so you can test out your builds and make them better and stronger, this is definitely the game for you. Absolutely. Hopefully that answered your question. That's about as fast as I can answer it, to be honest with you. There's so much information and so much to do in this game that it's unfortunately not a super quick explanation. And you know what? I was in my arsenal.
Or are you looking to pull some endo for Iatan treasures? Hey, did you hear, Tenno? I'm turning everyone's Iatan treasures into endo. Interested?
There we go.
Hey, came to trade, or did you find some Iatan
Cheers,
treasures
Control.
you want endo for?
Appreciate you stopping by, my man. Hopefully, you know, here's the thing you have to understand. It's a free game on all consoles. I say download it, give it a try, give it a fair chance, and see what you think. Worst comes to worst, you can always delete the game.
Hey, welcome to my bazaar. Lucky for you.
But the one thing I tell everybody, if it's free,
Let's do this.
you really got nothing to lose. Side note, your name is making me crave Hershey bars right now, man. I am a cookies and cream Hershey bar junkie. You might see me on TV for an intervention. Stop eating all the cookies and cream Hershey bars. Nope, sorry. I'm going to shove 5 in my face and not care. So right now, this mission itself, I am
Let's find some antiquities.
looking to specifically get a prize. I'm not even going to bother dealing with killing the enemy because that's such a non-important thing. Oh, that was definitely a cluster of Argon. Not that I exactly need it, but, well, you never know. Oh, didn't pay attention to the shockwave.
I stumbled across an organ.
Because of the build that I have for this character, she is a little slow.
Unfortunately for you, it was also
Her 4th ability shrinks her down to a pixie, which definitely bumps up her speed. You know, when I'm not looking for Argon crystals, I find so many of them. When I'm trying to find them to help somebody out, man, they are few and far in between. Alright, so we reached the time trial here.
Oh, wow. This looks dangerous. For me. I mean, you're gonna be fine. Promise.
Now this door is closing.
Now, tin stuff. There's an Iatan nearby.
We came to pick up this sculpture,
That's what we came
which we can trade in to the person that's talking right now, Maru, who will allow us to get a commodity off of it called Endo. That Endo is used to increase the ranking of the mods you use, because they all come in unranked. And the more you rank them up... Wow, really? Right in between the cracks? The more you rank them up, the more powerful they become, the higher the stats are on them. Alright, let's use our pixie. Get Razor Wing Blitz going. This is the reason why I didn't max out Razor Wing Blitz when I flew before, because the amount of speed I have for her to go through these little areas, ridiculous. She's so fast with that ability. Like, too fast. Alright, so we can head back to our ship. Rupert, Rupert! What's up with the sad face, buddy? You know what, we're gonna put Umbra on. Now that Rupert's here, I definitely want to go over something with you guys, which is going to include this gas build. Oh yeah. CK, what's up, buddy? I don't think I missed any other ones that I've gotten. You know, I wish they would organize these a little bit better. Wow. You can. At least I think I can.
Ordis is angry.
CK, man, this game is top freaking notch, man. Been playing it for 3 years. Still have plenty of fun with it. And I mean, here's the thing. It's a free download. You got nothing to lose. It's a free download. There's a free add-on you can put in called the Starter Pack 3. You'll get some free in-game currency that you would normally have to pay for. I would always suggest people to make sure you get character and weapon slots for it. Looks like Mass Effect, kind of. It definitely has that that feel to it. Oddly enough, the creators of Mass Effect just released a game called Anthem, which could pose good competition for this game. Alright, so by a show of hands, how many people here truly know how gas works in this game? One of my mods, Fleming and myself, him and I went through and really did some research this past weekend, and I've learned quite a number of things. Is that part of the game? No, man, it's just me. Yeah, there's no special effects with me, man. Alright, so you can see gas just bypasses shields and attacks their vitality directly. These are level 140s that we're just basically one-shotting with gas. Now, if I throw a second one out there, it triggers the effects of Condition Overload, which increases the damage based off of how many statuses are on an enemy. What Fleming and I learned this past weekend was just how that gas really gets layered in and how damage really works. CK, man, I definitely get you on that. It, just like this game, it came out, you had to pay for it. Limited missions, limited things to do, limited reward pool. You can get through it pretty quick. I'm expecting their next series of add-ons, like the next few DLCs, to really come in to really bring it up to another level. So for those of you that are watching, let me explain Excalibur Umbra and how you should be viewing him. First and foremost, if you're going to use Excalibur, whether it's Excalibur or Excalibur Umbra, if you don't use Chromatic Blade, there's something wrong with you. And all it does is, it's the same thing as Chroma. Whatever your energy color is, shows you what type of natural damage you are capable of, whether it's one of the 4 elements. Green for toxic, red for fire, blue for electric, and white for cold. From there, it also increases the status chance of the Exalted Blade by 50%. Now, as long as your ability strength is at least 180%, you will have 100% status chance. Now, on top of that, now it's saying electric really shouldn't be there. And to be honest, I'm not even sure why it's saying electric. It's buggy in the simulacrum, unfortunately. But this is what we learned. For the tick effect of gas, it is based off of how much toxic you are putting into your combo for the gas. So what I did was, now I could bump this up a notch, but it will take away from the gas. And I'm thinking, do I stack in and take out Organ Shatter? Maybe. But the way it ticks off right now, I really don't see a need to it. So we have our Volcanic Engine for our heat. We have Primed Fever Strike for added toxin. And Excalibur's color is green, so we're getting that extra toxin off of him. On top of that, it is factored in multiplicatively. Having Smite Corpus on, which does extra damage to the Corpus, and having Condition Overload trigger. So having these two work together in conjunction with the setup we already have, you're basically, with Condition Overload, the damage double dips technically. And with Smite Corpus, with any of the Bane mods, it actually triple dips into the mathematics of how they factor out the damage. Now the great thing about this build, now if I get those guys out of here, if I put in some level 140 Noxes in, now here's the thing. These guys are some of the heaviest armored guys in the game itself. If you take in consideration Condition Overload and everything else that's on it, with the way my Ignis is, getting 2 statuses on them, now I'm not doing any type of major damage to them. I get my Exalted Blade out and throw some gas on them. The ticks will slowly start to add up. So while you're in the heat of battle, now you're really just ripping into them. And if you want that to be even heavier, I would almost say just add in more corrosive damage to them. The less armor they have, the faster they're going to end up bleeding out. So you can see those last guys died off way faster than the first ones. I put more corrosive on them. Now, the only way to make that even better or more efficient is dependent on the weapon you're using. So if I were to crank out some more, top off my do I have my pox? Yeah. So if I use my pox instead, which will actually form a gas cloud on them. Now here's the thing. It's already stripped their armor. Corrosive is already on them, though. These guys aren't going to last for nothing at this point. Once that their armor is gone, and Condition Overload can really catch in, you're stripping away all their armor. When that bar turns red, like, you basically just hit them a few times and you don't even have to worry about them. Now, granted, they will be attacking you and you're not going to hold still, but you're also not going to have 8 of them coming at you at the same time. But what I'm looking to show you is just the technique into really making the best out of it. Aside from that, I definitely had fun with this. Put a little bit of love in my Zenny Star. Not a lot, just a little bit. Actually put some form in it. This build works very well, and here's the thing. We're using all 4 60/60 elemental mods. If you need to change it up, instead of gas and magnetic, switch those 2 up, and now you got radiation and viral. Radiation and viral is going to make them do nothing more than just really get confused. Past that, if you want corrosive and blast, I mean, you can switch them out. But to me, radiation, viral, or magnetic and gas really seem to work the best. Now, because of how we have the Noxes set up, I mean, just so you can get an idea of what this is going to be like against them. For those of you that are unaware, the Zenny Star has a secondary feature, even though it's a melee weapon, where if you hold down on the attack, it'll toss out a disc. That does area damage. It blankets a certain area, and they're constantly being hit with radiation and viral. If I hit that guy and start stripping his armor, that viral is going to start doing more and more damage. to the point where this is all that's really needed. Now, if I lay into them with my Ignis, if these guys say we're all coming at me at a focal point, they're all getting hit. We got 4 statuses, soon to be 5, hitting these guys. All that extra damage that they're getting, just because of condition overload and layering in those elements in the right order, is huge. But the main thing that Fleming and I learned is just how that gas really works. Getting it to trigger right like that is so huge, and knowing that the more toxin you use, the higher the ticks are going to be. I mean, these guys aren't going to stand a chance. I mean, this is just one-shotting these. I mean, I was just going against the Noxus, so yeah, this is going to be way faster, but I mean, we're doing ticks of anywhere from 25 to 80,000 of gas, constantly just coming off. Any regular Corpus mission, you're going to be ripping through them. If you want to do a Corpus survival mission, you're going to be doing pretty good. But here's the thing. You can't just rely on that. You'll need to have some type of area control attack. Like having either... You can want to have a Desecrating Necros. You want to have a Octavia. You know, you take your Zenny Star here, throw that disc out, and that's what the disc looks like up close. It'll only go out 9 meters. If it bounces off of something, generally it loses a couple of meters off of that. But it will blanket a decent amount of area here. And it's still, I mean, it'll last for 45 seconds and automatically comes back to your melee weapon. On top of that, you can still use it, but for the most part, using it as an actual melee weapon is just not going to do you any good. It's, I mean, it's alright against lower tiered enemies, but anyone that's higher tiered, you're kind of wasting your time. Because all you're doing is buying time for more enemies to come on top of you. That sounded bad. Disc pops, jumps right back in, and you're good to go. And all you have to do is just hold down a heavy attack and do it again. Now here's the great thing about it. You can call it back by doing another heavy attack, or by going at least 100 meters away from it. It will, if I do this real quick, we'll get more of those guys out there. Let me switch this back to gas magnetic, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous right now. Especially against these guys. They don't have to be directly in front of it. You can have it over their heads, and it'll still cover that area. It is constantly hitting them with gas as well. These are still level 140s that we just ripped right through. But this works in an orb fashion. So basically, while the animation of it is just side to side, it does make basically a sphere of damage. So you can have it above them and still counteract it. I dare say it's somewhat of an oblong sphere too, where it does come straight down a bit and then starts tapering in. So you can only have it so high above their heads. But I'm telling you, this Zenny Star is one hell of an underrated weapon. Like, it's funny how they made it basically a one-forma, like, beast. Daniel, what's up, buddy? Daniel, did you miss out on everything I just did with Umbra and the Zenny Star before I leave? I want to make sure you see this and understand this too, so it helps you grow in the game, buddy. Because you've been doing good, and I want to keep you going in a good direction. Alright, cool. So, the Zenny Star, great weapon. Alright, I'll show you right now, buddy. Basically, when you hold down the attack button, it'll toss out that disc. Now, I have a heavy gas and magnetic build. Those are all level 140. I think they're called succumbas. They have the highest amount of vitality out of most corpus. But the way this works is basically you just toss that disc. Okay, you know the basic mechanics. Awesome. So, as far as modding this weapon goes, it's a one-former build. It's a one-former build, and you have all 4 60/60 mods on it. Primed Pressure Point, Primed Reach, Condition Overload. The only thing that this would need, one more Forma, and Primed Fury on it instead. Which instead of 30% attack speed, it's going to be, I want to say 60. Or 55. Which, and the attack speed for it does increase how often it's hitting the enemies. So running this gas magnetic build against basically any enemy, especially the Corpus obviously, will just instantly just drop them. On low levels, the second they come into it, they're getting dropped. Like, that's guaranteed. Having Condition Overload just bump up. You know, they're getting hit with gas and magnetic. The second both those procs are on them, you get an extra 120% damage on it. Primed Fury you get from your daily rewards. Be a milestone reward. The other thing that I was explaining, Daniel, was how gas truly works. Overload, what's up, buddy? Overload. Overlord, what's up, buddy? The way gas works in this game, not necessarily, Daniel. I think at this point now it is, whenever you get the chance for a primed mod or a weapon, it'll give you the option to pick 1 out of 3. And then the next time, you know, whichever 2 are left over, you can pick 1 of those 2. So I know the next time I'm due for one, which I think is at day 500, I can choose between Prime Shred or Prime Surefooted. But the way gas works, now I have Excalibur green, so he is basically a toxic Excalibur. And that is because of Chromatic Blade. Lives up to the name, having chroma in it. Whatever color or energy I give Excalibur, that's the type of damage he does. Extra 50% status chance. If your ability strength is 180 or higher, you have 100% status chance for your Exalted Blade. Now, the Simulacrum is glitched. It's going to say there's electric in here. There isn't. But, having him being toxic, putting in Primed Fever Strike, the gas, or the toxic, is what triggers a higher level of tick damage, or damage that's done every second. On top of that, having it, for the gas build, having Smite Corpus on there, and Condition Overload, these both dip back into the damage pool a certain number of times. Condition Overload dips in twice into the math. Smite Corpus dips in 3 times. Meaning when you're trying to figure out the base damage, you have to take in Smite Corpus and Condition Overload. When you're trying to figure out the tick damage, you need to add in Smite Corpus and Condition Overload. When you are figuring out the overall DPS of the game, Smite Corpus gets factored into that one more time. That 30% dips in 3 times. Condition Overload dips in twice. Now granted, you can only trigger 1 status with this current build, but that's why you have weapons, so you can trigger other statuses as well. So to give you guys the practical application of this, these are level 120 or 140 succumbras. They have the highest vitality out of anything the Corpus will give you at 1100. Quote unquote 1100 rating, which will stack up. The first swipe is basically just going to wipe them out almost immediately. That person will tick out. We're doing 53,000 damage right there per second. Condition Overload isn't even getting a chance to be applied because I'm not getting that second hit in. That's just off the first hit. Condition Overload would be another 60% damage on top of that. So to better show you how all this would go, let's get our big boy out. Now these are level 140 Noxes. Now here's the thing. If I just hit them with gas, is it doing damage to them? Sure. Is it doing what we need it to? No. They have a status. If I hit them again, numbers are a little higher, but still not what we need. Now if I take out my Ignis, add heat and corrosive, corrosive is going to drop that armor. It's going to make them a little more vulnerable. Now we're doing way more damage. Hit them a few times, sure. We're dragging them down. Is it enough to kill them? Absolutely. Could they theoretically still be shooting at you? Absolutely. Now let's say we have some more difficult enemies. You could strip them completely. And that's where you just finish them off altogether. Will you ever have that many Noxes all at the same time? Never. At the most, maybe 3. But this is how you would take them down. Now, you wouldn't be layering in with weapons just like that. Yep. This is the more practical application of the whole thing. Corrosive and Blast. If you have these guys coming at you, you're guarding a certain point, you're doing whatever for your, you know, if you're doing a survival or whatnot against the Orokin, you would have this out. They're getting hit with those statuses. They would come in, you would apply that heavy gas. They're getting hit with blast off the Zenny Star. You know, one got pushed back, but you got to remember, they're going to keep trying to come towards you anyway, so they would have kept coming. Berserker is speed. I do not use Berserker on the Zenny Star because it will not trigger any faster DPS for the disc. You do have to use an outright speed mod. But I do use Berserker on... Nope, not Carrier. I do use Berserker on my Exalted Blade. Because we have a decent amount of crit chance. And with as fast as he can swipe, once you get that going, there's nothing to it. But Daniel, when you and I had that conversation last week talking about endgame situations, these are the things that you need to take in consideration. The layering effect of damage. You have your Zenny Star out there already crowd controlling enemies coming towards you. You can quickly add that layer in. And as they're coming towards you, Blast is keeping them off their feet. You are crowd controlling. You are making them weaker. You are making them as harmful as a puppy. And that's that. Like, this is how you start taking out those heavier tier enemies. This is how you start moving into endgame. It's a lot more than just raw power. It's knowing the mathematics behind the game as far as how the damage is layered in. Knowing that with the Exalted Blade and using gas against specific factions. Now, I still have Smite Corpus in. Do I have... only Smite Corrupted. I don't have a ranked up Grenier. I don't. When I get back to the ship, I'll definitely make sure I do it. Exactly, because I mean, here's the thing you got to remember. Fury's only 30% attack speed. Berserk gives you 30% speed, but it maxes out at 75%, and it says for 24 seconds, but for every critical hit that triggers Berserk again, you're always refreshing that 24 seconds. With as many enemies that'll be coming at you if you're doing an endgame type mission, you don't have to worry about Berserk ever running out once you get it up. That's right, once you get it up. Berserk is your Viagra of attack speed. Once it's up, it stays. After 4 hours, call your doctor, you might go blind. I mean, let's switch it up just so we can see what it's like with, you know, someone of a higher caliber. Put it in there for the Corrupted. We'll take out Nox. Yeah, Heavy Gunner Eximus. Or you know what? Even better. Corrupted Bombard. This would be the exact same tactics that we used against the Nox. All we did was switch out our Bane mod. It's hitting them with that Corrosive. It's hitting them with Blast. We're adding more status to them while they're being crowd controlled. Weakening that armor. Get that gas on. And we're just ripping them apart. Again, you do this when you're going for that end game level. You want to have your Zenny Star constantly out there. You want your friends to also have a similar setup. When me and my buddies did that long grind, we had a very synergistic setup. Now, granted, this was not when I had my Zenny Star to where it is now. It was using Octavia, 2 Necros, and a Saren. And, I mean, it just worked out great. We had, you know, they had their Zenny Stars going. I was focused on Octavia, sucking in everyone, keeping the DPS going. Saren was doing nothing more than spreading her pox to keep everyone's armor down, so they were way easier to kill. And then we just focused on killing enemies that had no armor. We didn't have to worry about shields, we didn't have to worry about nothing. 7.5 hours, we just kept going. Like, the amount of crap that we collected was ridiculous. But, I mean, like, you know, we did that then just to be able to do it. At this point now, you know, once I hit like the 2-3 hour mark, I'm kind of over doing it. It's kind of why I want more content. Unless they start upping the reward pool, which is what they started talking about the last dev stream, saying that they're going to scale rewards and whatnot. We'll have to see if that happens or not. until then, I'm just noticing cameras at a weird angle. Until then, I'm just going to keep making my builds better and better the more I learn about this game and the more I see certain things work. Seeing how gas can easily be applied to any enemy, to me, is huge. Now, granted, for the most part, you want this set up for who it's really meant for. Corpus. That's your go-to. Tried to do survival arbitration last week and didn't realize that when you die, you... Oh, yeah. Arbitration, you get one shot at that, buddy. And then you gotta wait for the next round to start up before you can go back in. Daniel, I did an arbitration survival at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, that's basically Excalibur 101. Get those builds in, get it set up with his color for chromatic blade. Make sure you're using condition overload because when you have 100% status, not using it is just odd. Oh, Daniel, I kind of figured. I mean, I'm curious to see what's going on now. It's defection against the infested. Meh. There could be worse things going on. Alright, let's see here. Any other fun ones I can burn through real quick?
Got the goods for one lucky dream. Who's it gonna be?
Sabotage mission. I mean, that's sabotage. That's such a joke. Let's just burn through that and get it out of the way. Yeah, did there. Daniel, absolutely, man. If a good one comes by and you and I are both on, hit me up, see what I'm up to. If not, man, I would say this weekend we'd do it, but with it being Mother's Day and whatnot, the Friday evening stream is not going to happen. And this weekend I'm kind of tied up for a majority of the weekend with my mom.
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing the coolant cells. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location.
Why didn't you guys shoot at me?
If you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Man, get off that thing. Come on, give me some more energy. Mother's Day, oh yeah. Don't tell me you forgot. Little polymer bundle. Oh, no, circuits. I'm trying to listen for any of these caches real quick.
You found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2 more faint hints.
Yeah, you better get on that, buddy. I can hear it.
Second cache. My readings indicate
Guys, anytime you see this hallway, door, middle door, vent, air shaft. Because sometimes you just never know what might be hiding down here. Alright, so we got 2 out of 3. No worries, buddy. Well, there's all 3 caches.
You found all the caches. Coolant cell extracted.
I think you started typing reminding.
Into stasis.
It's
Now is your chance
your
to
phone stopped writing it, or you hit a button,
whatever you can
start
to
typing
ensure
it again,
it
and
works again.
there it is. Reno. I was going to ask you about it. I'm like, Reno? That's an awful long way from home for you, buddy.
Fuel cell being inserted.
Taking your mom all the way here.
This will trigger a meltdown. Destroy the fuel injectors. A blast door is blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
Also, if you're ever in this room, come up here and up here. You never know when there's a sculpture up here. You never know when there is one of the caches up here. Or on that boardwalk, on that crosswalk. That's one sabotage. Some credits, endo, morphics. 1 morphics. Plural. 1. Appreciate it, Overlord. Overlord, do you play Warframe? I want to say you do. I want to say I've seen you more in, whatchamacallit? Oh, the Wraith? I think I've seen you in, Indecisive's, room. As far as the Wraith build goes, can't complain about it. It's a hybrid build, so it's going to have both crit and status to it. I don't bump up the status with anything other than Hammer Shot. Obviously, Split Chamber is going to do the same thing. Man, I got an itch on my nose, but wow, it won't stop. Just won't stop. Serration, obviously, for base damage. Split Chamber for that multi-shot. Hammer Shot, status, crit damage. Point Strike for crit chance. Vital Sense for more crit damage, which is why we're at 7 right now. And on top of that, I rock out with Bladed Rounds. When I kill an enemy, as long as I'm aiming, holding down L2 on PlayStation here, I get an extra 120% critical damage while I'm aiming for 9 seconds. And as long as I keep killing people, that 9 seconds will keep refreshing. Past that, my Riven makes a world of difference. Straight damage on it, and then Electric Toxin, which is what's giving me corrosive and heat. This setup works well against anyone that I come across. Doesn't matter if they're Corpus, Grenier, Infested, Corrupted. The corrosive will take care of any armor that comes near me. Past that, the heat will take care of any vitality they have. Doesn't matter if fossilized or not. Flesh is flesh. Heat will do the damage to it. I mean, this weapon works well. I use Vile Acceleration. I let go of a little bit of damage, but the fact that I'm shooting 90% faster, it more than makes up for the DPS. I'm losing that 15%. The only other 2 builds that I use this build specifically for Loki. One, Loki never goes anywhere that's heavy. He's not a Warframe in for damage. Quick in and out. The only reason why I have Amalgam Serration, I get an extra 25% sprint speed. Loki's sprint speed is at 2.27 with this mod on. And that's that. Everything else is exactly the same. Other than that, for this build, everything again is identical. I took out bladed rounds and put in hunter munitions. It's another status effect that I could add on. So, this would actually be better with my build that I was using just before with Umbra. The more statuses that are on an enemy, Condition Overload does 60% extra damage to it. And that's a double dip ability. So being able to have that on there, you know, it's going from having 5 statuses on someone to 6. So instead of 60% damage, it's 360% extra damage being done. And that double dips. That's why I was able to rip through those Noxes once I had the status put on them. But yeah, this Ignis build, it honestly, it hasn't failed me yet. And I really haven't tweaked it too much. At the same token, I am going against rather light enemies here. I mean, this is just Venus. I'm just doing this sabotage so I can get my Nightwave points. Alligam! Black Betty! Alligam! She's always ready! Alligam! Oh!
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing the coolant cells. Suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
I like how the whole map just disappeared. See? You can see that 120%. Refresh, 120%. I got growing power on. Now's the best time to start World on Fire. As long as World on Fire stays on, growing power never untriggers. Meaning that extra 25%, as long as World on Fire stays on, I get that extra 25% weapon damage, or ability damage. Nope, couldn't save it. Definitely can't save it. There's one of the caches.
You found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2
Couldn't
more
tell with that bright light. That's where I came from, that's what I thought. You do play Warframe, good. Had a feeling you did. When I see those breakables in weird spots,
been extracted. Found a second cache. My readings indicate one more.
Damn right I found it. Guys aren't exactly hiding them well. Oh, someone's coming after me.
You are erased and must be erased.
That was a waste.
Reactor is going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use Warframe to make sure it never works again.
Want to make sure
Coolant cell
the
extracted.
third one wasn't under there. For those of you that are wondering why I was able to kill those guys so quick,
Fuel cell reinserted.
my operator, when he goes invisible, pulls everyone in and does electrical damage. So I just pulled everyone in towards
Destroy the fuel
Ember here.
A blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
Oh, just got a heads up that the battery for my headset is low. Yeah, no, my amp secondary fire definitely comes into play too. Makes it a lot easier. Oh, I hear you. There you are. And that's the end of that.
All the caches.
Here's another place to remember, everybody. When you come into this room, it's only on Corpus board. This room, you got a ramp here and a ramp there. Don't forget to look up. Good place for them to hide a sculpture or one of the Grenier caches or a Corpus caches. There's a reason why I always look up. Every now and then, the next area, there wouldn't be a ceiling there. There would still be more to look at. If it's gold, you can actually go up it. And there's a hidden area up there. I wish it showed it this time, but... maybe on the next run. On the next run, I'm going to bring who I normally bring, which is Equinox. The primary build I have for Equinox is made specifically for a sabotage. It is a lot of range, efficiency, and then loot detection. Allow me to show you what I mean. First things first, we'll get the Rubico off. Okay. I do run, again, range and efficiency is what we're focused on. Past that, loot detector, thief's wit. This is so we can see every breakable on the map. Now, you have to keep in mind that any one of these loot detectors or loot radar, they only work horizontally. They only see straight out. They don't see up and down. Now, granted, you can see some things above you and below you, but only to a certain point. The loot detector, even though it's saying 30 meters, plus another 42 meters, so that's 72 meters, plus animal instinct, which is over 100 meters now. It's only going out. It won't increase going up or down. So you will have to compensate by jumping or dropping down into certain areas to see. But this is what I use to do just so I can get everything done. My mic went weird for a bit. It's probably because my hand was right in front of my face and the sound probably bounced off of it kind of weird. You need me to be louder? Hang on. Let me restart my headset because I plugged it in.
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor.
Check, check. 1 1 1 2 1 2.
By coolant cells. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location.
It went louder? Oh. When I adjusted it, I think I just hit the mic volume. I can, or mic sensitivity, I can turn the sensitivity way up. Like, way up. Like, super high. I actually keep it all the way down just so it's not over the top like that. So this is why I run Equinox. I build up that charge. All the breakables, when I let it go, break. This is the easiest way to farm. And if it's something that involves breakables, to cover large areas, this is the best thing you can do. Now let me actually lower the volume in my headset itself, because that was must have nailed it and went too loud. See, like, there's a whole bunch around me. This is gonna blow out the glass, but it's a physical attack. It's main. It's slicing. It's slash damage. So this is the easiest way to build up a charge, come into an area, see if there's anything going on. You can see it's not even on the map yet, and you can see breakables on the top left corner. You can see them. Like, it's so easy to, like, find anything you need. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, buddy? Now they all disappeared, meaning it's just credits that's over there. So I know I don't have to worry about anything that's going on. Now, if memory serves me right, this tile actually has... Yep. Nothing up here. The haiku? Dial, I use the, no, you're right, haiku. I use the Kastanas, just because I can control how much damage they're going to do to me. Alright, so here we go. I can jump up further up the elevator shaft here. There's one of our points. You never know when there's going to be a sculpture up here. Jordan, which Zaw did you end up building, buddy?
second cache. My readings indicate one more. The reactor is going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use whatever you can to make sure it never works again. And cell has been extracted. Fuel cell reinserted. When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger a meltdown.
Yes, Daniel, you were right. It's called a haiku.
Destroy the fuel injectors.
Oh, Jordan, it's a great combo, dude.
Blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
I'll, How well do you know Saren, Jordan? How comfortable are you with her? All right, Daniel. Blew out the windows again. She's your wife? You guys got hitched? I wasn't invited to the wedding. I missed it. Too late. Appreciate it, man. Alright, so it's to the right here, because it's the one breakable that didn't break. Boom.
You found all the caches. All your objectives.
That's the easiest way to get all the caches and grind through a sabotage. And doing that, that's how you get the pieces for the Zyphos ship that I have. You have to get all 3 caches to have a chance at getting the piece you need for the Zyphos ship in accordance to whatever tier you're in. Higher tier, like each of the tiers will give you a different piece of the ship itself. Hope everyone's having an awesome Monday. Thank you guys for stopping by the Snake Pit. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Show a little bit of love for your boy Viper. If you're new to the stream, subscribe, ring that bell. You can catch me every Monday through Friday, 12:30 Eastern Time. That is New York time, until 5 p.m. And then again from 7 p.m. until at least midnight. Alright, let's get Loki back on. For those of you that are unaware, I have switched up my Ignis build to keep the Amalgam Serration on to give myself extra sprint speed, so that when you're using Loki, he is now at a crisp 2.27 sprint speed. He is so fast. Like, too fast. Like, let me do a spy mission real quick and show you just how fast. Let's go to Jupiter. Always nice to get an extra set of rhyme rounds to sell. Or perhaps to give away to someone that's on PlayStation that might need it. And if you guys are in there, just above everything that Jordan just said, Nightbot was kind enough to pop up my Discord link. Everyone is welcome to join my Discord. It's called the Snake Pit, well, for obvious reasons. A lot of Warframe chat in there for sure. Easy way to talk strategies. I have a lot of my builds up in there for Warframes and weapons. They do need to be updated because I'm constantly trying to improve myself.
Your mission is to break into enemy data vaults and steal any intelligence files you find.
Watch for security systems.
Let's go. Almost too fast. Like, you would think somebody had a vault and they just hit my Loki with it. You know what? I'm going to wait for invisibility to wear out real quick. Welcome back, Daniel.
The target console is nearby.
Just showing how I got my Loki even faster.
The enemy will start to select data. Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
Yep, gotta go up. Excuse me, everyone. Yep, you know it. Extra 25% speed? The hell did you come in here for, dude? Dude, here's the thing. I'm not even sure if Blood Rush exists for you yet. You gotta remember, man, I don't think that event was going on for the Nintendo Switch when it started up. Although I might be wrong. Fleming...
Nearing the console.
Was the Acolytes going on when Nintendo Switch came out?
Excellent work. A clean extraction.
Daniel, overall speed is 2.27. If Fleming was here with his Volt right now, I really don't think I could control Loki whatsoever. I still have to get used to this speed.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Keep going. Nobody
Gotta make it
knows.
into here fast, because if you wait, those lasers activate.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone. Have everything we came for.
Another mission? Blood Rush? Thought Blood Rush was solely just a Acolyte given mud. Unless they changed it. Yep, you can... Oh! You can get it by doing the spy mission on Lua now. Interesting. Otherwise, it's usually Misery or Torment that would drop it during the Acolyte event. But now you can get it from the Lua spy mission. Which, let me tell you, is a son of a bitch. But that's how fast my Loki is these days. I mean, he is moving and grooving. Being able to get that extra speed just off of this slightly less effective Serration mod, it's only 155% damage as opposed to our 165. But we're not looking for Loki to be a big hitter when it comes to damage and whatnot. You know, as long as he can hold his own on a sortie level spy mission, high tier, then I'm good.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
cut down the...
How to get Blood Rush? Oh, dude, I hate the spy mission. Hate the spy mission on Lua, dude. Dude, they are... I tell you what, Jordan, I will make a point of doing that either tomorrow or Wednesday, buddy. But seeing that it's 4:30 right now, dude, I'll definitely show you then. Dude, the spy mission, I mean, it's probably the most... Oh, no. It is the most difficult set of spy missions if you don't know what you're doing. You can't just kind of blindly go through. You need to understand the concept that they went for with them. That being said, one of them, it's so lengthy and tricky that it's just like... I don't know what to say other than it's a motherfucker. Like, it really is. Alright. In the meantime, let's try and grind out some of those new relics that are out. We're actually going to take our Ignis off just so we can get more of a burst DPS as opposed to sustainable. I can feel a sneeze coming. Just got a heads up. Hey, Overlord, thank you for joining the Snake Pit, jumping into the Discord, buddy. Much appreciated.
We received intel. Somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
All right, let's get to work.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Yeah, you can be invisible all you want, dude. I still know where you are.
Mission complete. Captive has been escorted to the extraction.
This is the fastest way to get relics in the game.
Change of plans. Ignore your
Oh,
original
great.
objective.
Unless this happens. Every now and then they turn this capture into an eliminate. That's why we do this with Ember and not Loki. What? Who is back that far? The thing that sucks is they're only going to give me a certain number of enemies anyways here. But what should have taken me under a minute and a half is going to take me much longer. I feel like if you do this mission too quick, the game's like, well then, why don't you go here, fancy pants?
Attack us and we will counter.
Oh, there's still somebody. Come on. Almost there.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Get to extraction.
Alright, Jordan. Sounds good, buddy. If anyone's watching right now and you happen to play on Nintendo Switch, hook up with my boy Jordan here. Good player, always willing to help people out. Let's do that again, this time without all the craziness. So what are you guys feeling for a night stream tonight? I'm feeling a little Division 2 action.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
All right, let's get to work.
You found the target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Can't snipe somebody with a shotgun there, Viper.
Back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
We fought with honor.
A T3 of the miso variety. Patel, you still around, buddy? I'm just seeing your message on Discord right now. I can show you the low-key color scheme I have set up if you want to take a peek. While I'm here. And while we have the peaceful time right now, is there anything specific anyone would like to see or talk about, know about, any questions or whatnot? Don't be shy. Ask away, people. I don't think there's anything of worth. No. Oh, got our next rank.
You keep being you, Dream.
I got 3 of those today. Nightmare missions, meh. Syndicate's pretty quick. A defense with a friend or a clanmate up to level 40, that's nothing.
Ta-ta, lovelies.
Ta-ta, Nora. Or is there any weapons or warframes you might be curious about, don't understand the synergy behind them, the usage, curiosity? Don't be shy, people. I am an open book. If I don't know it, Fleming will. If Fleming doesn't know it, we'll look it up. Let's see, who would be a little fun to use? Front. Are we doing opposites? Alan, what's up, buddy? Trying to think who I could run with right now. You know what? I'm going to keep Ember. I am going to keep rocking the Ignis. I'm going to do the Void Sabotage. Try and get a relic out of that just because... oh. Alright, Alan. Enjoy your work, buddy. Appreciate the love, my man. Always good to see you. Let's hit these death orbs, top off our energy.
You are here to cut off access and stop them from coming back.
I'm not even gonna focus on these guys because they are an unnecessary distraction.
If you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
X, what's up, buddy? What's up, Jordan? Yeah, X, I had some repairs I had to do this past week, so I took some time off. Took a week off, got all that done, straightened away, and I am back in it to win it. What the hell did I... Oh, okay. That's triggering. How you been, X? And Jordan, what you got going on, buddy? Ooh, look down at the chat and almost died. You're thinking? Alright, take your time. Are they going to make another update that's going to be big? Theoretically, yeah. I mean, we're still waiting on Railjack. It's going to be over a year, and, you know, TennoCon's almost here. And we were told that Railjack would have been here by now. No Railjack. That's going to be a big one. I don't see how it couldn't be a big one. Alright, I gotta find the old jackal here. Jackal? Jackal. Is it a jackal? Jackal. Jackal. Looks like a jackal. Is it a jackal? Jackal. Jackal. Oh, it's a lynx.
The assassination target is here. Wipe them out. Quick. The key.
I'm gonna assassinate these nuts.
You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
Stay tuned for Gas City later this month. My Volbon's broken. We'll fix them. I did. I'm already out and running. Oh, Fleming, did you see? I was, you know, I'll jump back in the simulacrum, man, before I end the stream. Show you what I've been working on.
Tenno, there are still undiscovered supply caches in the area. You may have to locate them before leaving.
Nah, that's all right. I'm not gonna locate them before I leave Lotus. Axie K5 relic. How'd it go, Fleming? And it just went through just fine? Like, they were actively ignoring, not ignoring, avoiding my vortex orbs. And I got a lot of range on those things, so the fact they just, like, were like, ah, we're not going to go near that, was just like, come on. Alright, Flying Man, this one's for you. Check this shit out. Actually, just because it makes more sense. Not sure if I already switched it or not. No. Okay, I'm going to use Hunter Munitions on this so we can get Slash on there as well. Some good old corrupted bombards. Now here's the thing. Because it's corrupted bombards, I will swap out. Put in Smite Corrupted. Hit them up with that Zenny Star. Triggering more procs on them. And I mean, they're already taking plenty. Layer it in with the Zenny Star and then 100 munitions Ignis. It to me is just, now we're like almost over the top to the point where it's just like, how do I really test it with how fast those things die if we were to have like enemies coming at us? This is where my mind goes. Back to Smite Corpus. What's a pain in the ass enemy? But this is an enemy that you do not come across often. An ambulance. Zenny Star goes on a Corpus build. Nope. There we go. Gas and magnetic. You know what? Just because of how they're set up, I don't want gas and magnetic for you. Alright, Jordan, we'll catch you later, buddy. We'll go back to... Now, remember, we're factoring in that these guys are going to be coming in at a choke point. So it's applying that. Blast is not going to do much to them anyways. But, I mean, like, not for nothing. It is hitting their shields. So now we're getting corrosive, we're getting slash, we're getting heat put on them. I mean, that's the only way you can really test it out. Now these are level 140s. We don't come across these in the sortie. Did my Zenny Star not reach you guys? No. The great thing about these guys is they can just keep getting up. Downside is their armor's not going to regenerate. But I mean, the gas is bypassing all that anyways. It's still getting through to them. I mean, this layering of the statuses is, at this point, to me, ridiculous. This is like the ideal setup for almost any... Yeah, I mean, now I don't even need to put the don't even need to put my Zenny Star back out. Their armor's down to like almost nothing at this point. I bet you if I took my Pox out, yeah, see, their armor's down to nothing. Now their armor's fully gone. And I mean, Fleming, remember the math conversation we were having about this, where it's just like... You have to figure out your base damage, and in that base damage gets factored in the smite corpus and condition overload. Then you have to figure out your ticks, and your ticks are also going to have smite corpus added into it a second time, condition overload a second time, and then you multiply those two numbers in, and on top of that, smite corpus dips a third time. So what I did was I keep him green, primed Fever Strike, gotta have Volcano in there because I gotta be able to have gas so you get that heat, but between Fever Strike I gotta figure out the math of how much toxic I'm really getting just straight off of him being green. But I mean, layering that all in, having condition overload on both him and the Zenny Star, to me, ridiculous. I feel like if I had somebody else with a Zenny Star that was running the same thing, every time one of us got to... Like, if me and you were running it, if I got down to the last, like, 10 seconds, give you a heads up, just, you know, call out Zenny Star. Just so you're aware, toss it out, the enemies keep coming, we keep pulling them all in. And then you would call out Zenny Star. I know you got 10 seconds left. I fire mine out there. And we just keep that rotation going, just like you would in an end game situation. And, you know, the enemies will keep pouring in. And they just be getting ripped to shreds. We could hold that point for hours. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Alright, everybody. It is about that time. Time for your boy Viper to have himself a snack. A.k.a. 2 dinners. Gotta get old Bella here fed. That's right, baby girl. Gotta get you some food. I appreciate everyone stopping by, showing the love. If you did enjoy the stream whatsoever, I want you to do me one favor. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and ring that bell. And I want you to check out some of my friends here. These links that are popping up are some of my fellow streamers, some good friends, a lot of people that put in some good hours, a lot of hard work, some great content up there. First one's going to pop up is my buddy Nas. Him and I have been working pretty tight about building up a good gaming community. He's given me a lot of tips and pointers. I've given him some as well. He will be streaming tonight. He streams every Sunday through Friday. He's been normally it's a 9 to 1 or 2 kind of deal, but he's been doing 8 to midnight, 8 to 1 o'clock. He's been doing God of War as of late. He has been mixing it up. We'll be doing Ghost Recon Wildlands, Division 2, all those fun games as well. As far as Too Legit to Wit, he does a lot of Apex Legends for the most part. Army Mendoza has been doing Wildlands and Division 2. Craig, he streams Overwatch, Paladins, Wildlands. I've known Craig for about 2 years now. Great guy, great personality, a lot of fun to watch. Very colorful individual for sure. And then there's Kat. Kat primarily streams on the weekends, but she has been popping up during the weekdays as of late. But she does Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Mortal Kombat 11 that just came out, Overcooked 2. She currently holds 10th place as far as a world record for one of the speed runs in Tomb Raider, so definitely check her out. But again, I mean, if you enjoyed any part of my stream, show these guys the same amount of love. Hit that subscribe button. Check them out. Great people, great content, lots of laughs, a lot of good time. So if you're interested in any one of them, by all means, hit that link, show them the love, give them that subscription to ring that bell, and catch them next time they're on. Until next time, make sure you keep all the murder in the games and keep love in real life. 7 o'clock comes, I believe I'm going to be doing Division 2 tonight. So definitely stop on in. The grind's going to continue. And we are going to put bullets in faces. So until then, everybody, Viper out.